Hey guys, what's up? It's UniformWarrior, and today we have another unique paracord tutorial. I came up with this bracelet pattern as far as I know, but like always, if you guys have seen this before, then let me know in the comments. So I get the pleasure of naming it. We're gonna call this paracord bracelet the Rocky Road Paracord Bracelet, and no, not the ice cream Rocky Road. Rocky Road as in an actual rocky road. The green kind of looks like, you know, a mossy road maybe, and you know, the blue can be rocks, I guess. So now the first step you're actually going to do is go ahead and cut and singe those two pieces of cord together. And as you can see, unfortunately, for the beginning part of this, I am not using my cool lighter because it actually ran out of butane before I started this, so I got stuck with this stupid lighter. But towards the end, you'll see me use my butane lighter because I decided to fill it up. Once you're sure you have a good connection between those two cords, go ahead and go a little bit off of the melted part and then bend the cord. And then you're going to go ahead and measure that around your wrist and just mark the cord where the other loop ends. Then you're going to go ahead and bend those two cords back towards you, and then you're going to do a cobra stitch to hold it in place. So you're going to go ahead and take your left cord and put it over the middle two strands. Take your right cord, put it over that green cord, and then behind the two middle strands and up through that left loop. Then you're going to go ahead and tighten that. This bracelet is really good if you have a lot of one pattern cord and a little different pattern cord because it requires almost twice as much green as it does blue. That's obviously if you're following my color scheme. After you do that, make sure it fits around your wrist and the two ends touch. Or if you want a gap in the bracelet, then go ahead and make sure there's a little bit of a gap, just like there is in mine. But make the gap smaller than you want the actual gap because the paracord bracelet itself has a little bit of depth to it. Then you're going to take those two cords and bend them back towards the end of the paracord bracelet and make sure they align with that end loop there. Try to make sure these cords are as even as possible. Then you're going to take your blue cord and you're going to put it down through the middle of that loop. And then you're going to take your left cord and put it down through the middle of that same loop. Make sure not to tighten those. Then you're going to go ahead and take the green paracord and pull it up through that right loop. And then you're going to take the blue paracord and pull it up through the left loop. Then you're going to tighten that as much as you can without deforming the loop. And then you're going to do an actual cobra stitch. Whichever cord you want to be the main cord, so for me it is the green cord, you're going to take that cord and it's going to go across the middle 4 strands there. And this cord is going to be the one that's going to be, you're going to need more cord of. Then you're going to take the blue strand, put it over that strand behind the 4 middle strands and up through that left loop. Then go ahead and pull that tight up to the top. Then you're going to go ahead and start the pattern. Now this gets a little confusing, so make sure you follow step by step and do exactly what I do. So you're going to take the cord that you just put over the middle 4 strands, so it'll be the green in my case, and you're just going to go ahead and make a loop. Make sure with the loop you make it the same exact way I do, and then you're just going to pick up the loop and turn it up towards the bracelet and then put it in front of those middle 4 strands. Don't worry about if there's any bends in the loop or anything because we'll handle those in a second. And then you're going to take your blue strand and put it down through that green loop. Then go ahead and pull the blue strand so it's pointing down, and then you're going to tighten that green loop. So now before tightening this, you want to make sure that you twist out all of the turns in the rope, but if you followed my exact directions right there that I showed, then you shouldn't have any twists in it. So go ahead and tighten that, and then after tightening that, you're going to want to tighten the blue cord, and then once both of those are tightened, you're going to want to pull it up towards the top of the bracelet. With this bracelet, as you keep going, you're going to want to keep pulling it all up to the top, and the back will tighten more than the front will, so it will automatically curve into a bracelet shape, and just let it keep doing that till you get down to the end. Then you can fix it if you want, but if you were to fix it now, then it would be too loose. So then the next step is you're just going to do a regular cobra stitch, but you're going to do it with the green strand. Every single time you do a cobra stitch throughout this pattern, it's going to be with the green strand in front. So you're going to go ahead and take the green strand and put it over the 4 middle strands. Then you're going to take the blue strand, put it around that strand, behind the 4 middle strands, and up through that green loop. And then you're going to tighten that. And when you tighten that, you want the green cord to go up behind that pattern. So you don't want to be able to see the very corner. You want it to be pulled tight by the blue. So make sure you tighten both of those equally, and then once again pull it up to the top. Then you're going to switch to the right side, so you're going to make another loop. Follow my example here, so just go ahead and pull it over to the side till you form a natural loop. Just make sure that that X on top there, the right strand that goes from the bottom right up to the top left, is on top. Then you're just going to go ahead and grab the bottom of the loop and then flip it over and towards the bracelet. Then go ahead and pull the blue strand down through there. Then you're going to go ahead and tighten the green strand and then tighten the blue. And once again, make sure you pull it all the way up to the top. While doing this, make sure you tighten the green strand the same amount every time, because you will be able to tighten it more and less if you want. So make sure, just consciously make an effort to tighten it the same amount. So then you're going to go ahead and do another cobra stitch. So the green cord is going to go in front of the 4 strands. The blue cord is going to go over that strand, behind the 4 middle strands, and up through the left loop. Then you're just going to tighten that. And as I said before, you want to make sure the right of that green strand goes under the loop that you did before. Then just go ahead and tighten it and pull it all to the top. Then you're going to switch back to the right side, and you're just going to do another loop. So basically the whole pattern is 2 parts, and those 2 parts are 2 parts on the right side and then 2 parts on the left side, and then it goes back to 2 parts on the right side, then 2 parts on the left side. So you're going to do the 2 things on the right side we already did, which are create the loop in front and then put the blue through it, and then do the cobra stitch on the right. Then you're going to switch to the left side and do the green loop in front, bring the blue strand through it, and then cobra stitch on the left. And then you're going to switch back to the right and the left, and then you're going to keep doing that till you get all the way down to the bottom. Once again, as you're doing this, make sure you pull all of the cord up to the top every once in a while. And then once you get down to the bottom, you want to do 1 or 2 more cobra stitches. I did a few more cobra stitches than I needed to because I was running out of the green cord. Make sure you tighten those. Then you're going to pull those 2 strands down through those 2 loops. To identify those 2 loops, they will be the only 2 loops that are going down through the middle of the bracelet. So go ahead and loosen those loops and then pull the strands through. Only loosen those loops enough for those strands to go through. Try to make sure they're not too loose, because then it'll just be inefficient. Then you're going to want to pull those 2 strands across into the other 2 loops. These 2 loops will be on the corners of the middle loop, so you're just going to want to loosen each of those and then pull them through there. After you do that, go ahead and put the bracelet over the largest part of your hand, make sure it fits, mark that spot, and then that is where you're going to tie your knot. Here, I actually was running out of green cord, as you may be able to tell. I just decided to go ahead and get another piece of green cord and then melt those two together. And if you run into that same problem, then go ahead and follow what I do here, and then you want to put that melted part in the middle of the knot. So go ahead and tie a regular square knot. So take those two cords wrapped around your two fingers, go ahead and pull them through that loop and then tighten them. You couldn't really see me tighten them here because I was running out of camera space, so I had to skip that. If you can tell here, there's kind of a little bump under the green strand because that is where the melted part is. Then you're just going to want to go ahead and clip those strands and then melt them separately, or you can clip them right up against the knot and then melt them, and then you're done. Like I said, guys, this is a unique design, a unique pattern, so if you like it, then please leave a like, let me know in the comments because that would be awesome. But anyway, guys, that is the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.